Yes. We are live. B's and G's, welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty hater podcast, episode number 572. My name's Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I'm joined by Tanner, and we have things to discuss. So, originally, today we're doing part 2 of X of our Call of Duty Sucks Cocks and Balls series. And this might be the last episode in the series, who knows? Or it might be 2 of X, who knows? And welcome to the show. Yeah, we were originally going to do this on Saturday, but Tanner had to go take his car in after his work or whatever, so we just canceled it. Didn't want to also, so... could we have done it? Yeah, we could have. I mean, we could have. It would have been slightly late. It would have been 5 minutes later than normal, but
it would have been, I mean, it would have been at like 7 o'clock at night.
So we couldn't have then. So I would have been long asleep. Yeah, I would have been long asleep. Yeah. So.
What time are you going to bed these days?
I don't know. Like 9. No, like okay. 9-ish. Anyway, welcome to the show. Yeah. So, welcome. Now, because we didn't do Saturday episode, we didn't do part 2. We're just going to do that today. Because normally we do like kind of news of the week, yada yada. We sort of did that on Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot. Didn't check for new patrons, by the way. Oops. I forgot to do that. So if you're a new patron, we'll get to it. Shit. We will get to it next week. But since we're doing a Saturday topic, I've been in a Saturday state of mind today, even though today is not actually Saturday. So oopsies. But anyway, yeah, patreon.com/dropshot. We did just put out a bonus app in which we talked kind of about the news of the week in some sense. High Guard, which looks really fucking bad. Pretty interesting conversation about a Flexi tweet on BO7 and COD generally. That I thought was actually quite fun and interesting to talk about. So yeah, all of our patrons can go listen to that. So that's out. And then anyway, so in lieu of that, today we're just going to do part 2 of the COD Sucks Cocks and Balls series. Now, what is this series exactly? I'll give you a little refresher. This is not an exhaustive, expansive, or even factual list of grievances against the Call of Duty franchise. This is going to be a bundle of lies. It's going to be chocked full of fabrications. Yeah. And this is purely subjective. It's purely subjective. So this is what killed Call of Duty for us specifically, right? Okay. And we started this series last week. And we have been going through, and will continue to, the games in chronological order. There was much to say about MW19. There was some to say about Cold War. There was almost nothing to say about Vanguard. And that's where we left off. We talked about Vanguard for about 5 minutes because it's kind of like a memory black hole. You know, besides Caldera. Like, I remember that quite well. But, yeah. So I guess it's not really a memory black hole, is it? The multiplayer is.
Well, a lot of the Warzone part was decent too and fun for a while.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's why there's nothing to say, because again, this series is 0 positives. Nothing good will be said. So.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So there are good things to say about the Vanguard era, which is to say the Caldera era, but we won't be saying them. Yeah, we won't be saying them because this isn't about what was done well. And was Caldera done that well? Because another thing that you could say to continue talking about Vanguard is the map of Caldera was so poorly designed that they had to create balloons so that people could move their characters.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah. Because it was, I mean, it was built like Nepal. It just, the caldera was unscalable. You had to get on a fucking balloon. And the vehicles did not have enough torque to climb the mountain. Like, you couldn't drive up them, basically. So it was so poorly designed that they had to implement balloons, which turned out to be quite fun as a feature, the balloons, although they had their own set of problems, which is to say, I don't hear people swan diving on me ever. But by and large, they were cool. But the thing that necessitated them being created was not cool, which is, again, caldera being just the Himalayan mountains. So really dumb shit that they did there. Plus Bush Dara also. I don't know if you guys remember
classic
that.
Cope.
But it was
Cope
Bush
used to
Dara.
love complaining about that.
Yep. It was Bush Dara before we got Combat Scout, which was the most busted perk maybe ever in Warzone. Really good stuff. And did that perk also get created because the map was designed poorly? It's possible. Hey, no one can see. Let's give everyone walls. Okay, cool, man. So that was Caldera, but it did have a lot of fun moments too. But again, we're not talking about those. And then another thing, which I do think we mentioned last time, was the what was it, 3 to 6x, where you could have sniper zoom on a fully automatic rifle. It was
a 3 to X, but it was really like a 2 to 10. Yeah.
Right. Yes. And on the 10x setting, there was still no recoil for many of the guns. So you would just fucking zap people from like genuinely 200 meters away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
Plus 10 attachments, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you could just do all the attachments.
Yeah.
And that was not fun either.
Yeah.
That was not good either. Plus incendiary rounds when it launched on SMGs.
Ooh,
remember that? That would stop you from plating? Really bad stuff. Really fucking bad stuff.
That was fun. Yeah.
So and by fun, he means not fun and awful. There's actually a lot of bad stuff going on with Vanguard. Vanguard Warzone, I should say. Vanguard multiplayer fire. That's what was bad with Vanguard multiplayer. There was fire on every map. It looked bad and it ruined your performance.
It was genuinely almost just the fire and shotguns. Really bad stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Really bad stuff.
Yep. Really horrendous stuff. Yeah. So anyway, moving on from that. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, they just released the roadmap. Avalon's coming this season, man. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like here. Winter refresh, so winter rebirth, yep. Where'd the tweet go? Avalon, along with Blackout mode, will arrive with Season 2 Reloaded. Yeah. So, that is coming this season. Interesting. Was that a new streak? What's the streak? Kill streak smoke screen? What the hell? Gonna be able to call in a massive smoke grenade or what? In Warzone? Got it. Another new melee weapon. Yeah, shit's ass. Shit's really bad.
All right. I'm back. Sorry. I did blow my nose. Okay. Yeah. The Season 2 roadmap, huh? That's what they're saying?
Yeah, yippee.
Woo!
Covered on Saturday.
Yeah, man.
There won't be a Saturday.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it to wrap up Vanguard. In terms of like what killed us. Not that, to be fair, those were like some bad things. A lot of that didn't bother me specifically that much, and that is really what this episode's about. I had fun on Caldera. So, yeah, not too much more to say. Besides the fucking bomber planes and shit, that was really bad stuff. But, yeah. Anyway. Razinon's balls. Friend of the pod for 27 months. Worst map ever about Caldera. Many such opinions in that vein. and 10 euros. Thank you for going off camera and scratching me. You're welcome, man. You're welcome as fuck. Yeah.
Good scratching, man. Really
great
good
scratching.
out there.
Thank you, dude, for the euros and for the membership. Welcome back, King. And the travel tips. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. All right. Now into the second worst offender in terms of things that killed Call of Duty for us specifically.
Second worst, huh?
Yeah, the first worst is obviously MW19, and it's not close for me.
Oh, well, okay.
Terrible, fucking awful game and dev studio. But runner-up is by the same... From the people who brought you the clusterfuck that is MW19, introducing Modern Warfare 2, 2022, 2 plus 2 and 2. And also 2. Boy, was this game dog shit.
We're
bad.
A big fan, huh?
Really ass. So in terms of what killed COD for us, if I'm being serious, this is number one. Yeah, because MW19 was jarring and kind of made my head fucking spin coming from BO4, no crossplay, no aim assist, slow time to kill, to fucking MW19. No visibility, no audio. That was quite a head turner. But it was also new. So like crossplay was new. Warzone was new. So even though it had a mother fuckload of problems, it was at least extremely novel and not in the terrible way that MW2 introduced novelty, which we're about to get into. And unlike MW19, and particularly Warzone 1, MW2 and Warzone 2 had a fuckload of hype. Probably more hype than any COD game ever, maybe. Like, especially Warzone 2, it was the most hyped shit ever. Like,
MW19 was the most hyped easily, but yeah.
I don't think so. I think Warzone 2 was.
MW19 put Call of Duty back on the map. It was easily the most hyped, yeah. Easily.
Didn't ask, don't agree. And kill yourself.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Okay, man. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Either
You're
way.
A stupid fuck, but yeah.
The hype for MW2, it was more Warzone 2, though. Yeah, you're right. The hype for Warzone 2 was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And so when it released in such a state as it did, that was bad stuff for a lot of reasons. So first of all, before we even get to Warzone 2, okay, Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward's coming back. Everyone loved MW19, so everyone's very excited. By then, we had, like, I think normal red dots on the minimap in Vanguard, for example. What do we get? Well, we get weekend 1 of the beta. There are no red dots on the minimap in the way that it normally works. But, hey, the movement's actually pretty good. And you can b-hop sick nasty like. Okay, kind of fun. I remember playing this beta this weekend. Kind of fun. I'm zooming. Really dumb about the red dots on the minimap, but whatever. It's fun. You know what? I'm used to it from MW19. I kind of expected it because Infinity Ward's a bad company that makes poorly designed video games. So whatever. Okay, sure. Not to say it didn't have other problems, but whatever. And then that week, I think, between the two betas, I'm actually almost positive, we get a delicious, tasty blog post from Activision or COD or IDub, whoever. And they say, hey guys, hey, we've heard your feedback. This is almost verbatim, by the way. If someone could go find it. I'm not joking.
I have it pulled up. I have the blog pulled up.
My recollection is, it is something to the effect of, hey guys, we heard your feedback about wanting the red dots on the minimap whenever someone shoots an unsuppressed gun. But go fuck yourself. We're not doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And I hope that helps. That's my recollection of effectively what they said. How close did I get if you found the blog?
It's something like that. I'm trying to find the...
Control
find the one
dot?
after the weekend. Well, no, because there are multiple blog posts for the different parts of the beta. Because one of them, let's see. Here's some things we heard from you on, and this is an update after beta weekend 1 regarding the minimap. Currently, the MW2 beta, we only show enemy player dots when UAV is active. The design reason for this is we do not want to punish players for firing their weapons. We also want players to actively search out the origin of a gunshot versus just traveling directionally to where the dot is in the minimap. We continue to gather feedback on how the game was playing in regards to this topic. I think this is a different blog post where they basically said, we heard you, but we're not doing it, because
they definitely said that somewhere. Yeah, so maybe I have the timing wrong, but yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it
because it was not that milk toast. I remember that because I remember being so mad. I was so mad, and I still am thinking about it.
Yeah, are you?
Yes.
Maybe it's this one. Okay, Modern Warfare 2 beta. Thank you to our players. Okay, so this is after
weekend 2
happened. As we head into launch, we're going to be making some adjustments based on learnings from the beta. Blah blah. They talked about footstep audio, enemy visibility is something that came up. We'll look to tweak increased enemy visibility. Disbanding lobbies are another topic we addressed during the beta. We feel this is an important feature and are actively looking for potential solutions. They never found a solution to that.
They never found a solution. Nor did they ever look for a solution, by the way. That was a lie. So, yeah. Keep that in mind.
I think they just deleted it from the internet because it's not in this one either.
It would have been in one of those two.
It's not in this one.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, in any case, I remember it happening. And again, maybe it never happened. Don't care.
Maybe we've
this is a bundle of lies and fabrications. Regardless, still though, they did hear the feedback on this. Everyone was talking about it because in Vanguard there were normal red dots, and then they just went away with MW2, even though no one asked for that. So like everyone was mad about it. But then so anyway, weekend 1, back to this. Cool bee hopping, fun and exciting. I remember we reviewed it after weekend 1 and we were like, the bee hopping is really good. And that's cool. That's like a big plus. Like the movement feels pretty good. And then weekend 2 rolls around, we get back on and it is nerfed to shit. Every player has an 80 kilogram fucking backpack on all of a sudden. And bee hopping was maybe worse than it's ever been. Like really bad. And Activision to this day never mentioned it. They just ruined the bee hopping and never talked about it. Because back then, we were keeping up to date on everything. We were reading all the patch notes, all the fucking blog posts, all the roadmaps, and they just nerfed it and never said anything. No, they never said they did it. So that was completely fucking insane. On top of the red dots on the minimap. And then the maps were like not very good either. I don't really remember the maps because I didn't play much of the multiplayer because it sucked. But yeah. Is that the game that had the FTAC recon?
Yes.
Okay. So the multiplayer was awful. Yeah. The multiplayer was also really fucking bad. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, and that was also the bridge, the freeway map, right? Pass?
Yes. Yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember. Something.
Where all the cars blow up so everyone dies to an exploding car?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was that called? Terrible, awful maps, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Fuck, what was that map called? Someone knows what map I'm talking about. Anyway.
Border Crossing? Was that what it was called? That doesn't
might
sound
be
right.
Border Crossing. That sounds sounds like it could be it. Yeah. Horrendous map. Poorly designed, poorly thought out. And there were others. There were other bad maps, obviously. There were some good maps, though. But who cares? And that's just multiplayer, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. Because Los Alamos sounds familiar. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
Los Alamos? Oh wait, Los Alamos. Yeah, I don't remember any of these names. None of them sound familiar at all. I think I just
Border
erased
Crossing
that
does.
year.
I think that's what it is. But anyway, who cares
the
about
blog post
multiplayer
is
though?
gone.
Because this is about us, and we didn't really play multiplayer anyway. We only played multiplayer to level guns, and while we wait for Warzone, basically. So then we got Warzone 2. Santa Senya Border Crossing. That's what it's called. Yes, that's what it is. Terrible map. So then we got Warzone 2. Well, actually, then we got, or at some point, we got, I think it was COD Next, where we were very excited to finally get a first look at Warzone 2 gameplay.
That was hilarious.
Boy, was that crazy. And we were watching it, and the whole world was watching it, and they were like, oh, this doesn't look great. This looks kind of bad. This looks kind of yucky.
Dude, you can see it on their faces at COD Next.
Yep.
I remember just watching them play it, and everyone was just like, they all kind of went quiet. You know, they're usually excited, they're yapping, and it was kind of just quiet. And I remember we watched that first game they played, we live streamed it, and immediately, you can go back and find that in our YouTube somewhere probably.
Yeah.
They went and played it, and it was like, oh wow. Yeah, this is. Because you take Warzone 1, which at its best was really good for a BR, and you expect it to just strictly be better. Right. The issues we had a whole, I think, again, multi-part series, maybe like 2 episodes or something, where we talked about everything that we expect to change, all the good positive changes they had made. Do you remember that? We had this whole episode. Here's some positive changes they made at the end of Warzone 1. We're like, look at all this weapon balancing they're doing. Everything they're doing now will only get better with Warzone 2. It'll only get better.
Oh my God.
And then we get to Warzone 2. They erased everything they did. I can't think of any of this
gas
specifics
mask,
right now.
For example.
Yes, the gas mask
parachute deploy
correctly.
Height, for example. Yes.
And they reverted all of it.
Yep,
and we went back
the
to a worst
shit.
version of Warzone than when the game had originally launched in 2020. A much worse version of it. Terrible stuff, man.
I did forget about that.
And at its core, that is the main problem with Call of Duty, is you only expect it to get better year after year, because usually they learn things and it gets better. COD is the franchise where it gets really, really good, and the next year it is the worst iteration the game's ever seen. Then the next year, it's pretty good again. The next year, completely terrible once again.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the highs and the lows. And I think really that's what it all comes back to as to why the game's just dead for us, is that cycle is horrible to deal with year after year.
It's the
same franchise.
Taxing. Yes.
It is. We're tired.
I'm tired. So, I'm tired.
Yeah. That's what it all comes back to.
Yeah.
Really fucking bad stuff. They deleted the blog post, or we've just been lying to our listeners all these years, because I can't find anything where they were basically like, we're listening to the feedback, but we're not going to do it. I swear to God they said something like that. I cannot find it. I'm on Infinity Ward's website, because it was their blog post, because I remember specifically what the font looked like, all of it. I am on their website. That blog post is not there. They have other beta blog posts. That one is not there. So I think we've just been lying.
I bet they deleted it.
They could go back. They genuinely do that all the time. They've deleted many blog posts. They edit blog posts.
Yes. We could go back in our episodes if we cared enough and find it. Because I remember talking about it. But I mean, we're not going to do that. But because I remember it very explicitly too. It was completely insane. But yeah, you're right. I forgot this about Warzone 2 is, I swear to God, it was for like 6 months. Because Raven was doing pretty well, like updating the game. So for like 6 months before Warzone 2, they would do a cool quality of life thing. They did a ton. I don't remember most of them, but one of them was the gas mask thing, where like you could change your gas mask settings so you would not like interrupt you shooting to like put it on or take it off or whatever.
Reloading.
Yeah, some shit like that. There's a bunch of shit like that, though. A bunch of little things that like people have been asking for years, and then we finally got. Mantle Height might have been another one. And for like 6 months, toward the end of Warzone 1, they would release something like that. And I would be like, fantastic. This is really good. Not because I care about Warzone 1 that much anymore, but because it means we will have it for Warzone 2. I just took it for granted. I took it for granted that, of course, the only reason they would do this is because, like, why update how the gas mask functions for the next 2 months? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Obviously, they're doing this because this is one of the systems they have also in place for Warzone 2. And then Warzone 2 came out and we had literally none of it. It was completely fucking insane. Yes, I forgot about that. That is the least of Warzone 2's problems, though, because, oops, Warzone 2. So COD Next happens. First of all, at COD Next, by the way, there's no loadouts. There's no, like, you have to, like, pick a pre-selected loadout. And that was the case for like a couple weeks. And then they're like, all right, we'll let you guys create your own loadouts. What the motherfucker are we doing here? You had to pick a little package. Like, oh, I'm going to be the stalker package and it's going to have these perks. Or I'm going to have the recon package and it's going to have these ones. You couldn't pick your own for a while. But then they luckily quickly figured that was a retarded idea. So they let you pick your own perks. God bless. But that was one thing. Boy, what else is there? A 2v2 gulag with a jailer? Hey, what?
Yeah.
Hey, what? What? Why?
With an AI juggernaut he had like a minigun or something, didn't he?
Yep, he sure did. Why the motherfuck would you do that? That's
Remember
insane.
There were times too where it would bug out and your squad mate would be on the opposite 2v2 gulag from you and you guys would have to fight each other? That happened, I'm almost positive, like in a tournament or something one time. Yeah, really bad stuff. You know, I think with the blog post, we might just be thinking of this, because after the weekend one, they had said the thing about what I already said, the mini-map, red dots, and they said, we continue to gather feedback on how the game is playing in regards to this topic. I think that's what we're thinking of, because everybody at that point was like, no, just make it normal red dots. Just make every single person was like, no, this fucking sucks. And they're like, we continue to gather feedback. And we were probably like, you've gathered the feedback. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes this. Not a single person who's ever played Call of Duty likes this. Other than hardcore players, and they can fucking play hardcore.
Yeah.
Or can they? Didn't MW2 also have some weird version of hardcore? It like didn't exist. Didn't it launch
I remember there being
weird?
a controversy. I don't remember the details though.
It was like a different type of hardcore.
It was called like realism instead or something.
Realism mode or something. Yeah, and it was different. And there were things they didn't like about it,
Yeah.
Because they just,
Based.
The franchise needs to die, because when they do attempt to innovate like they did that year, nothing goes well. And then when they do the same thing year after year, nothing goes well either. So, yeah, I've come to the realization they just need to dissolve the franchise. It needs to end.
I already know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already know that. Yeah. So what else did Warzone 2 have? Yes, it had the 2v2 gulag. Again, least of the problems. It had vehicles could be repaired and required fuel. Hey, no. Don't do that. What arcade shooter should I be required to stop at the next gas station for? Hey, why? Why is this a feature? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. The fuel thing doesn't make sense, and especially the repairing your vehicle thing doesn't make sense. Because if you were smart, you would just keep your vehicle very repaired, your strong vehicle, and just drive around with that for a very long time and do quite well. Why?
Yeah.
Why do that? It completely retarded. They've since scrapped this idea. They've since scrapped the 2v2 gulag idea, by the way. What else have they since scrapped? Artificial intelligence on the map. Hey, I heard you guys want even more frames per second. Here's our solution. We're going to generate fucking hundreds of bots on your Warzone map that also fuck up your aim assist, by the way, and third party you, by the way, and are just more visual clutter also, by the way. And for no good reason, by the way. Like, what did they add? There would be guys just standing on the street. Just AI.
Yeah.
Why? And then worst of all, obviously, was the fucking strongholds, because this is how you got a loadout. I think there was a free loadout drop. I don't remember the details these days because I was just in a fugue state, apoplectic. Who knows? But one of the best way, or the fastest way, the soonest way you could get a loadout was to clear a stronghold. So they would be like these random places on the map lit up. You'd go in, there'd be a motherfuckload of AI. You'd kill everything or whatever, and then you'd open a locker or something. Why? Why can't I just buy a loadout?
Yeah.
Why do I have to go play against AI in my BR game? What?
Yep.
What the motherfuck are we doing?
Yep.
All of this terrible stuff. And there was more. I think this is when
the
they
whole
took
landing
away
on a stronghold and trying to kill AI. It just such a bad way to start your battle royale match. So bad.
Really unfun stuff. Yeah. Oh, the backpack system too. Yeah. Boy, did I forget about that. You know where it was? You know when it was the easiest to loot in Call of Duty? Modern Warfare 2. Psych. Obviously. The backpack system. Fail. L. Oh, let me put 8,000 drill charges in my backpack. Nice line of sight, pussy. My whole team is going to be throwing drill charges at you.
Oh my God.
We have 12.
Yeah.
We each have 12.
Dude, I forgot.
So you're in a building.
That.
That's cute. Here's 48 drill charges. Good luck.
The
Smile.
drill charges. Yeah.
Drill charges and backpacks. It was so dumb.
Okay, I'll be honest. The drill charges were fun at times. They were really fun. They were,
but you shouldn't have 48 per team.
It was a cool idea to get people to come out of buildings.
Yes. But the problem was the backpacks more than the drill charges.
The problem was all the backpacks. Yep.
Because what else would people do? Put 8 PDSs in their backpack, or they'd put 8 fucking precision airstrikes in their backpack. All kinds of goofy shit. It required skill to play this way, but it was not the type of skill you want to encourage or reward in an FPS game. Like, oh, I shoot way better than this guy, but he had the foresight to loot 8 PDSs and he's just going to win in the gas, even though I'm a better shot.
You couldn't actually do that because when you were in the gas,
I don't recall asking.
They would tick in your backpack. So that you couldn't actually do.
That's true.
But
yes,
we had that thought at one point, and I don't remember if it worked like that originally and they patched it, but you weren't able to do that. But there were, what else could you do with it?
Just your backpack.
Yeah. Just a ton of streaks, I guess. Yeah,
it was mostly kill streaks.
Calling all the streaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, it's very interesting to look at it now because almost every single way that Infinity Ward attempted to change core parts of the game and the franchise, none of those exist anymore. Almost none of those exist.
I don't think any of them.
Half of them ceased to exist by the end of Warzone 2 because they had scrapped all of them because they were so bad.
Right. Yes.
So it's going to be so fun to see what they attempt to do in about 8 months from now. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, will it be. Yeah. So yeah, like those are some of the bad things with Warzone 2. I'm positive there are more that I can't remember. But it was all just so bad, mainly the AI at all being on the map, / strongholds, which had AI. This was just the dumbest fucking idea, obviously, and they did it. And then the worst part is they stuck to their guns entirely too long, because eventually they got rid of AI on the map. Eventually they got rid of the 2v2 gulag. Eventually they even got rid of strongholds.
Yeah.
And then you could just buy a loadout, whatever. But let's not forget the time to kill was also 1 picosecond. And the plating animation was super fucking slow. The sliding animation was fucking awful. You couldn't sprint and plate at the same time. The visual recoil and recoil in general was horrendous. It was terrible. So much was bad. Almost everything that could be good or bad about an FPS game, MW2 and Warzone 2 landed on the bad column. Movement, bad. Gunplay, bad. Visibility, bad. Audio, bad. Map, bad. fucking everything. Movement bad. Like it was just all was shit. Dog shit. Trash. And again, eventually, pretty much all of these things got reverted, or a lot of them did, throughout the course of Warzone 2. But it wasn't until like season 4. They just waited way too fucking long, even though everyone was screaming at them to revert it now. Like, you guys tried, this was all dumb shit, change it. And they would say, no, not gonna. We know better than you. Yeah. You will eventually like it once you get used to it. That was the thought going through the minds of the executives, the decision makers, in charge of Warzone 2. And then by the time the Steam player count peak went from 450K in a month to fucking 20K in a month, they finally realized, hey, maybe we should just fucking revert this shit. Because obviously people don't like it and they're not going to get used to it. So they eventually did, but by then they had already fucking killed the game. Yep. It's too late for the paddles, buddy. It's dead.
Yeah, what did people go to?
Sorry, 1 second. The worst part is Warzone never recovered. This was the beginning of the end of Warzone specifically, because they had to spend all of that time reverting shit and changing plans for the next year. Because you know that when Warzone 2 came out, their plans for the integration of MW3 were to build upon the 2v2 gulag and make it a 3v3 gulag, to build upon the strongholds and make them fucking palaces and compounds, to build upon the AI and make them fucking grok enhanced. You know, those were their plans, and they were probably developing them, but then they realized, oh, we can't do that. So we have to not only roll back everything in Warzone 2, taking away a lot of dev time and depriving the player base of new content, because instead of season 2, us getting a fucking new rebirth map or resurgence map, we get a 1v1 gulag, for example. So like, we lost all that time there, which lost all those players there. And then we lost time going forward to the next year. And that just compounds. That just carries over and carries over and carries over. And that's probably in part why we're playing on Verdansk in the big 26. Because they said, oh, we have to find the time somewhere. So to like develop the next thing. And we would have had time to make a new BR map for 26, 25, but we can't now because we were set back then and we're still playing catch up. We're going to just re-release Verdansk. Possible. Yeah. I don't know. But like, it's just set Warzone back forever. So this was the worst thing actually that ever happened to Warzone, was Warzone 2. Yeah. It was my personal holocaust, as I've said. Yeah. I interrupted you. Sorry.
I was trying to think when, well, I was just going to say, when everybody, so like now, a lot of people have left Call of Duty and they've gone to a game like Arc Raiders. I'm trying to think what people went to during Warzone 2. Was that still when Apex was fairly popular?
I think a lot of people I know like Kaylee went to Apex. I think some other people might have.
So that was the year, because there was the 1 year too where like the FGC, they started playing Apex quite a bit again. Was that Warzone 2, I wonder? Probably. That would have been in 2023.
Probably.
So, okay. I was just curious kind of what the game was at that time that everybody went to. Yeah, like Jack said, seeing clips of the game now is crazy how much the guns shake. Yeah, that was just crazy. The most visual recoil gun shake we've ever had in Call of Duty. Absolutely. That was so bad. Hummer was good, yeah. The EV Hummer was like so much better than every other vehicle, and it wasn't even relatively close. It was fast.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit everything. Just a really terrible year. Kind of the beginning of the end, I would say. That permanently left a very deep scar on Warzone.
Yeah.
Very.
It did. And like, how many people had played Warzone 1, really loved it, started getting bored of it, during Caldera, stopped playing for a while, and we're like, okay, I'm going to come back for Warzone 2. That's going to be like really fun because I got kind of tired of Warzone 1. There's a lot of cheaters. Caldera sucks, whatever. And then we're like, okay, well, Warzone 2 got announced. This is huge because I really liked Warzone, but I got bored of it. So Warzone 2 should be fun as fuck. This is why it had 450K or whatever Steam peak. That's insane. And then Warzone 2 comes out, and it is such a steaming pile of dog shit, and continued to be for like 3 seasons, that they just like, wrote Warzone off forever.
Yeah.
I mean, how many players did the game permanently lose from Warzone 2? Like a motherfuckload. Whereas they could have just not gotten as crazy as they did, listened to what players actually wanted, like change SBMM, nerf aim assist, the things they're doing now when it's too late. I don't know, other things that were relevant at that time. Could have done that, given us a new map, new graphics, new UI, more responsive fluid movement, some cool new shit, but no, they did what they did. And it killed Warzone forever. Yeah, like it drove off probably such a significant portion of the player base that they never got back.
Yeah, every single time you make that many mistakes and ruin the game in that way, you're going to lose players. And every single time you do that, when you push players away, there are people who will never come back and play the franchise again. So the more downtime you have, a bad year, a bad few seasons, people are going to go to another game and realize they like something else and just move on. And that's what continues to happen. And kind of like we just talked about in our latest Patreon episode, I don't know how many new people are getting into Call of Duty. I feel like Call of Duty has just maintained its player base. But like, how many young kids these days are getting into gaming and Call of Duty is their game? I would say probably, I would guess not many.
I would guess
so that's kind of what also leads to, I think this is just going to be a slow bleed. Because young kids are probably playing games like Fortnite now. They're not hopping on Call of Duty. They don't give a shit about Call of Duty. So
yeah,
they just continue down this path as they've been doing, of destroying the game at times and then making it good again. You're permanently losing players.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's absolutely what has happened to me.
Yeah.
I've been lost, and I'll probably never play the franchise again.
Yeah. It's like, this is what, this was really the beginning of the end for a lot of players, and definitely us too. Yeah. Because like this year, this was probably the year I played the least Warzone, maybe besides BO6. Maybe. Because I know Tanner was playing it, but only because of Vondel.
Yeah.
But like, and I liked Vondel, but I didn't even play it as much as he did. None of us were really playing it.
I would play solo Vondel, actually.
Yeah, you'd play solo Vondel sometimes. Like, that's it. Well,
because all the good players left, so it was fun because you were just better than everybody playing Vondel. Also, Vondel didn't have very strict SBMM, I don't think, because of the player number. So that's the only reason it made it fun. If it was sweaty, I would have never played it at all, believe me.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But it all comes down to how shit the lobby is. That's what makes the game fun or not.
Yeah. So yeah, this was really bad. And this whole year just infuriated me specifically. Like, I already hated Infinity Ward a lot from MW19. And all the lies and poor decision making and deceit and ineptitude and shitty patch notes and outright lies of patch notes all the time.
Lies often, every
omissions really often, buggy, cheater filled disaster. So like, I knew what was coming with MW2, especially after COD Next. in Warzone 2. But more so than the 2v2 gulag or the strongholds or the AI or the backpacks, it was their obstinance and refusal to fucking revert it soon enough.
Yeah.
It took them way too long, and by then, like, they killed their game by then. Like, they just waited too long. They were too stubborn. And that really pisses me off. It pissed me off more then, but still does now. Yeah. So this was terrible. So moving on from there, MW 3, not bad. I don't have really anything bad to say about it. Yeah.
In terms of Warzone, this was, I think, the most balanced and solid year we had of Warzone since the game released. Yeah. Excellent audio, excellent gunplay, excellent gun metas, really fun guns to use that felt a lot different at times. MTZ 7.62 Iron Sight was a favorite of mine. I got pissed off when they nerfed that too early. Yeah. Map was decent, playable. Maybe one of the worst parts of the game, though, technically speaking, because there wasn't really anything bad about it.
What map was it again?
The AI map, Urkistan.
Urkistan, that's right. Urkistan. Yeah, Urkistan.
That was probably the worst part of it. And the map was just fine. It wasn't terrible. It was just fine. It was okay.
It was whatever. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't the worst thing.
Multiplayer, I'm not even thinking about, because I mean, I'm not even still playing COD multiplayer by that point. This year also, there was a lot. That was when they kind of started. They had so much to grind for and things to do. That's when we got like weapon prestige and all that, all the different weapon camos.
Yeah.
That was when nukes were in and very popular. All of that. So I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say. Best year of Warzone. I guess the only bad thing is, like you said here, it was labeled from the start and ruined. Or it was just labeled as being an expansion pack, and that pushed a lot of players away. So that's why it was so unpopular.
Yeah.
And yeah, people just missed out on what I think easily was the best year of Warzone we ever had, because they just fell into that trap.
Yes, I think that is correct. Yeah. MW3 and Warzone at that time was this is when they scrapped the Warzone 2 label, by the way. They just went back to calling it Warzone because the PR was so bad for Warzone 2. Because they ruined it. But this was a year of healing. That's what this was. There wasn't much innovation or new shit going on. This was just back to basics. Let's undo the damage that happened with Warzone 2. So let's get good visibility. Let's get great audio for the first time ever in Warzone, by the way. Let's get good fast movement. Let's get good plating speeds. Let's get guns feeling nice and crispy. Let's be able to buy loadouts again. Let's get overkill by default. Like, a lot of good stuff here. Not much bad to say about it. And we got a new map, Urkistan, which is a fine map. Whatever. It's not good, but it's not terrible. It's better than Verdansk, surely. I don't know if I would say it's better than Al Mazrah, but it's just so hard to judge Al Mazrah because I had to play it on Warzone 2, so I don't know. It's hard to disentangle those two things. But this was a good year. It was a good year. The big problem with it is that it wasn't innovative, and it did feel a lot like a more polished version of Warzone 1, because instead of being able to innovate or create some new interesting thing, they had to waste the entire year fucking cleaning up after fucking IDub and Warzone 2. What was bad about MW3, actually, I think it was MW3. It might have been BO6. It was MW3. Fucking quick fix was not ever working as intended. It took them 4 tries to fix quick fix. That bugged the fuck out of me. The 100 round Extreme M4 bugged the fuck out of me. The insane bullet pen fucking bugged me. What else? This was also actually a super buggy year. I remember early on with MW3 Warzone, I had a notepad document chocked fucking full of bugs. So many bugs. Really buggy. Really fucking buggy. Also, don't auto pull out a pistol in the water. Don't let me shoot in the water at all, frankly. When did we get water in Warzone, by the way? Because that was a bad year. That was one of the worst things that ever happened to COD, actually. Can't believe I forgot to mention that. Was it Warzone 2?
Yeah.
Cool. Of course it was. Hey, of course one of the worst things happened in Warzone 2, obviously. That was really bad. That was really bad also. Yeah. Because, yeah, you died of the little otters in the
100 round M4 is BO6. Yeah. Are you thinking of early BO6 for all that stuff? The bullet pen, the M4. So
yes.
You're thinking of Urzikstan, but that was BO6. Yeah. So that's
I guess so. Yeah.
Was MW3 buggy though? Was that the one where you had the list?
I don't remember. Bundle of lies and fabrications.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares?
The game was perfect.
Yeah, I think it wasn't MW3 though. I think you're right. I think MW3 was perfect. So not much to say about that. And then BO6.
The start of it. Or this, I mean, not the start of it. This is the end of it. This is the downfall easily for me.
So BO6, what did we get? Boy. I'm trying to remember. What else was I going to write down?
A Treyarch video game where you die around corners. That's really all that needs to be said.
I was going to write something else down. Well, everything I said. Oh, that map. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. So for multiplayer, by the way, multiplayer MW3, it was fine. Whatever. Who cares? The perk system I actually thought was pretty cool with the vests giving you different numbers of perks. It was kind of like a quasi pick 10, which I appreciated. But I'm not a big multiplayer player. They did carry over weapons from MW2. That was really dumb. Hated that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the maps were remakes, so they were pretty good. BO6, multiplayer maps were pretty fucking bad.
Terrible maps, really.
This is when they pretended they were going to nerf aim assist and then didn't, basically. That's another thing that was cool and fun and exciting.
Yep.
Don't really remember much else about multiplayer, to be honest with you.
Hit reg and dying around corners. Those are the core issues. I think
yeah,
time
to
to
kill
was too fast.
Game, so.
Much too fast.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. But then you go to Warzone. And here's the thing. I don't remember exactly when we got this. But I know we had it by BO6. Maybe we got it in BO6. This was the game mode called Casual Warzone. If Warzone 2 was the beginning of the end, this is the fucking climax of the end. Releasing Casual Warzone. Because I remember saying, oh, this is a cool, good idea to onboard brand new players. So they play 10 matches of this and then they feel like they're ready and go play real Warzone. Or as like a warm-up game if you just got back from vacation and haven't played in a while or something. And then you go play real Warzone. Little did I know it was going to be the most smash hit, successful, popular game mode of all time when it comes to COD, evidently. And Casual Warzone is a mode where you and 8 other guys play on teams against a bunch of AI opponents and some real opponents. And as if the player base had not shrunk enough, you are now further segregating all of these players. And who is most likely to play Casual Warzone? Shitters. Meaning, if you queue normal Warzone, some shitty teams who would have normally been in that lobby that you could have killed and had some fun against, who wouldn't be scump, are no longer there ever again. So now there's no distinction between ranked Warzone and unranked Warzone at this point because casual Warzone comes out. So that was really bad. And then they started even giving you like you could camo grind in this, I think, too, or something. I don't know. Which I guess I don't know. Whatever. In
Warzone?
Yeah, casual Warzone. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Remember.
Or you could level or some shit. I don't know.
This is a complete fabrication. So
it's all lies.
Nothing we say is true.
This is also when we got Area 99, which is a terrible map.
Oh yeah. Uninspired slop. Everything about it. The way the game looked, the way movement felt, the way the gunplay felt, the way the weapon models looked. Visibility got worse again. Coming off MW3. Everything that made MW3 really good, again, classic Call of Duty, was thrown out the window in BO6.
Right.
Which again, gunplay, movement, audio, visibility.
Right.
Got it. All just completely torched and ruined.
Yes.
And this is why we need to give Sledgehammer more chances to actually develop their own game, their own full games, take control of Warzone. Because they've done a good job. MW3 did a really good job.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't like this game from the start. I mean, match 1 of the BO6 beta, I knew I'm not going to like this game. In fact, I barely even played the beta because I knew I'm not going to like this game. I already know I'm not going to like it. I can tell. Didn't like it. Didn't like anything about it.
Yeah.
Beta was just fucking awful. And that was the end. That was the end for me.
That was the end for you. Yeah.
You just go from something you enjoy so much in MW3 to just being the exact opposite and having that same cycle over and over again. It's just like, because there's no going back to that. Like, I talk about how Tarkov used to be. I could just log on Tarkov now and play it though still. Like MW3 Warzone, I can't log on and play anymore. It's gone forever. And I think that's the worst part about this is when COD is at its peak and you enjoy it. Deep down, you know that in less than 1 year, it will not be like that anymore.
Yeah.
It'll be entirely different.
True.
So it's like you get attached to a game that changes entirely, usually for the worse. And it's just a shit cycle. It's like I don't know. It's like there's no other video game that's like that.
Yeah.
You can either keep playing them or you stop playing them when you get sick of them. This is not like that. You're forced to stop playing it because they change how the game works.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's something we had been talking about for years. Probably since Cold War was, hey, we need to stop doing this integration bullshit because Warzone needs to have some fucking consistency year over year so that it can actually improve. Because, like, by the end of Warzone 1, Caldera, it was pretty good, pretty polished. A lot of bad decisions, like the redeploy packs and gulag tokens and shit, but it was pretty polished at least. And then new integration, it's all gone. And then MW3 comes out, we build, get it to a good spot, and 1 year later integration, and we have to like start from zero all the time. And you're competing with Fortnite that has just been building on itself for 10 years. Of course you can't compete. That game is actually improving. Your game is staying the same in name, in name only. And it is just this fucking roller coaster of just random quality, random new features by random dev studios. Hashtag Toys for Bob. What the fuck are we doing?
Toys for Bob.
Put one of your fucking dozens of dev studios in charge of Warzone and integrate little aspects of it from each yearly title in name only. Hey, Cold War came out. Season 1 of Warzone this year is going to be, or season 9 it should be, is going to be a fucking, an AK or whatever, some 80s gun. I don't know, but like make it a different gun. We talked about this so many times, but that was part of also what killed COD was just this scheme, this way of doing things that obviously is a failure. Obviously.
Yep.
So yeah, Tanner's absolutely right. Yeah, you go from MW3 to BO6 Warzone. It's so jarring. It's so different. In most ways, it's worse, by the way. But there's fucking Omni fucking movement. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? I like Omni movement. I think it was cool. I thought it was an improvement, but it's not worth dying around corners and Area 99 and Verdansk again. Obviously. Fucking obviously. Really bad stuff. Really bad stuff. So yeah, we got Area 99 also. And like, oh, who cares? It's a bad resurgence map. Just don't play it. The problem is, though, that they spent how much dev time on that they could have spent on something better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's just terrible stuff. It's just terrible stuff. Jax, I don't have that set up, stupid bitch, so I won't be doing that. Thanks, though.
He wants you to play it so.
Actually, maybe I can set it up. Hold on. Maybe I can. Let me take a look.
Doesn't matter. They can go to Clips and watch it. Just go to our Clips channel in Discord and watch the.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it for. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I can. Yeah, no, I can't. It can't be done. Yeah. It cannot be done. Yeah, you guys can go watch it. I'll watch it myself though. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, whoa. Now it's on Cope's screen.
I don't have it. They don't know I'm below them.
Down one.
That's great stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway. I didn't
Oh my
do
god. Just watching that clip reminded me of another thing I absolutely hated about BO6. How loud the fucking hit marker audio was.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
The whole audio in that game is just off. All the levels were off and wrong and bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of the things too. Right away when I started playing the game, I was like, I even said to you guys, I was like, why is it so loud when you get shot, and why is the hit marker audio so loud? Like, what is happening? And I always hated that. Always.
Yeah.
Ugly hit marker. The hit marker sound was also bad. Yeah, it's a little things like that Infinity Ward does much better. The tiny things. Much better.
Yeah, Infinity Ward does do some things better.
Or Sledgehammer, because again, that was perfect in MW3, and I love that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, and then of course with BO6, I think the worst thing was re-releasing Verdansk. To be fair, it was the right thing to do.
Everybody wanted it. Yeah.
Everyone wanted it, and it did have a lot of hype. Unfortunately, I see the logic and I agree with it. I think it was the right thing to do. It's just like now, it's not it anymore. And I don't know if they could have seen that coming. Maybe they should have had Avalon ready sooner. I think that's probably the answer. Like re-release Verdansk for like 3 seasons, not 8, you know?
Yeah.
I think that was probably the best play. Like, spend a little less time remastering it, make it a little less good, because you only plan to have it for 3 seasons, and then you can, like, put Avalon out sooner, or some new map sooner. But, like, re-releasing Verdansk, and on top of that, they were like, oh, we're going back to basics. So they removed balloons as well.
Yeah.
And they removed some other shit, too. I forget everything else. But, a lot of the things they removed were actually good. Like portable buys they removed, that's good. Flares, that's good. Balloons, I would have rather they stayed in, to be honest. They were more fun. I don't know if they were good for the game. I don't know if they were healthy for the game. If they could have good audio, I think they would have been fun.
Yeah, you're right, I think. Yep.
But they can't make good audio, so I don't know. But it was definitely more fun. Yeah. So they re-released Verdansk. This is the beginning of the end of my tenure playing COD.
Yeah.
Verdansk came out remastered, and to be clear, they did do a good job remastering it. But you can only put so many sprinkles on a turd before you realize it's still a turd.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. So like Verdansk is way better now than it was back then. Like I can see better, I can hear better. There are repels, so a lot of the problematic areas are less problematic.
Yeah.
But it's still a shitty map. It's still a shitty, bad, uninspired, dog shit, trash map plus prom. So really bad, and boring also. Like I've played Verdansk. I have the most hours anywhere on Verdansk, like easily. So it was cool and nostalgic and interesting for, I want to say 2 weeks. HDR was also busted OP. That certainly didn't help.
Yeah, that did not last long, did it? The whole Verdansk thing. It's funny because you guys had played so much COD up until that point, and immediately we get the new map. And you guys all stopped playing like a week later.
Yeah. It was like funny. 2 weeks, it was cool. And then it was like, oh, I'm done. And that was the last time I played Warzone. Was like, whatever. 2 weeks after season 3 or whenever it came out, season 2. Because I'm done. I was done with Verdansk. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, well, go play the new Resurgence map. What map would that be? Area 99, which they removed?
Yeah.
Oh. Fortress? Which was in for a week? Oh. Oh, those aren't in. Okay. I guess I'm playing Rebirth.
Yeah, Fortress is part of MW 2, right?
Oh, wait, no, I could go play Ashika Psych.
Yeah.
Oh, I could play the best one, Vondel Psych.
Yep.
I can go play Rebirth Island. Another 6-year-old map. I can go play on one of two, parentheses 2, 6-year-old maps. With the old mechanics, by the way. So none of the new mechanics either. No, well, repels, I guess, but no balloons. So, okay. Hey, guess I'm done. Hey, I guess that I'm done. And I was. And that is when COD died for me.
Yeah.
Is then. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it, huh? That was absolutely it.
Yes.
It died early on for me, actually. It died at the start. It was dead on arrival, actually, of BO6.
It was DOA.
I did not play much
BO6
multiplayer or Warzone at all. I think I hit like Prestige 2, level 35 or something. Hardly played it. Never liked it. Tried to force myself to enjoy it for the pod. Couldn't. And I just like, I can't. I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing this piece of shit.
Yeah, this fuck ass game. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It's absolute slop piece of shit game.
Yeah. Slot piece of shit game. So I guess should we wrap this up then?
I mean, yeah,
there's
nothing to say about VO7. That's really, these last things I wrote on here, I mean, we've basically already talked about all that, so it really doesn't even need to be discussed. Yeah.
Okay. Just leave it there though. So yeah, that's BO6. Yeah, that was just, and by here too, I'm just super bored. I'm tired, bro. Like, plus the first 2 seasons of BO6 did not help. Because, like, Urzikstan was also super stale, because they would have been the longest running map ever. So, like, that was boring. And then Area 99 was awful. Get sniped always, everywhere. Just a flat plane, not just a weird, shitty map, which is why it's gone now, by the way. And then, yeah, we got Verdansk again. That was exciting for a week. And then, now what? Why go play? That was the question. And the answer was, there isn't one. There isn't an answer. There's no reason to. So that's when we stopped playing. And then BO7 came out. We have nothing to say on that. I played the beta. Wall jumping's cool, I guess. Some of the maps in the beta were cool. But once it was time to buy the game, I played the beta, yeah. I played one weekend of the 2 weekends. I played the first weekend.
Yeah. I didn't play it.
Yeah, why? Why should you have? And then, yeah, as the game was coming, I was like, you know what? I'm not buying this. I refuse to spend money on this. I don't want to play it.
We came to an agreement. Or like, I'm not going to play it. Why even buy it when we're not going to play it? Like, we know we're not going to play it. What's the point? And I mean, nothing had changed because I stopped playing BO6. I mean, I played Verdansk a total of, I don't know, maybe 4 sessions. I had already stopped playing by that point. So, I mean, it had already been a full 8 months of not playing Call of Duty for me. So what's the difference?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. 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 So
I mean,
yeah,
there were always
just
points.
BO7 didn't excite me.
It didn't exist. It doesn't exist. There were always points during the pod and Warzone where we stopped playing. You know, for short periods of time. Warzone 1 when the cheaters were bad. Warzone 2 for a while because the game was just terrible. But I mean, nothing like stopping the game in like February or January.
Right.
Like 2 months after it came out. That's what happened with me. So I'm like, yeah, this is how I know I'm just done with this game when I had no interest to play it and the new game just came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So then, yeah, we had BO7 and we just didn't get it. Because it's slop trash. Yeah. It's another Treyarch title. Doesn't feel that different, honestly. I mean, there's wall jumping, which is kind of cool. But like also there's active camo and shit. Like just on principle, that bothers me. And so we were done. Yeah, so we were done. So like that's what killed COD for us. So when you look back, what was really the beginning of the end though was MW 2. Or Warzone 2 specifically. Because like for all of MW 19's faults and for all of Warzone 1's faults, considerable faults, of which there were many, you could say, and it is true, it's their first crossplay BR. They didn't expect it to be this popular. Fine. It's worse off than it should be. But they didn't know what they got themselves into. And it was fun. It had redeeming qualities. There were great aspects of it.
Yeah.
That's why we played it. That's why we started the fucking podcast. Like, we enjoyed parts of it. But when you get to Warzone 2, they have none of those excuses, and they made a less fun game than the original Warzone 1. Yeah. I would have rather played Warzone 1 launch state. Like, day one, all of those bugs and mechanics and whatever. That sounds more fun to me than the most polished last day of Season 6 Warzone 2. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Like, what does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like, that's unconscionable. So, I think that is really when it started to fail. And honestly, if MW 3 Warzone had not been so fucking good, we might have started dropping like flies soon after that. Like, they wrote me back in with MW 3 because it was so well done. It just wasn't innovative. That was kind of the problem. But if they had dropped the ball with MW 3 Warzone also, boy, we would have been the Dropshot podcast for 3 years now, to be honest with you. Like, holy shit. But I mean, that little bump from MW 3 didn't last. So we got BO6 and now we have BO7. And look at the state of Warzone now. No one's playing it.
Yep.
Swag is playing Arc Raiders, which isn't even an arcade shooter. It's not even a first-person shooter. And that's what Swag, the Call of Duty guy, is playing. Probably the moment I'm speaking right now. So, like, what the fuck's going on here?
I do wonder how season 2 is going to go for him. Swag is actually playing a
High Guard
on Haven's Hollow.
Oh, okay. There you go. Cool.
But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm wondering how season 2 is going to look because Snowy Rebirth is coming.
Huge.
The Blackout mode is coming at mid-season. Ranked is coming. It's not already in, right? I think it's coming because I saw tweets about like their placement matches again, shit like that. So, yeah, I do wonder how season 2 is going to go. We might actually see more players on season 2 than like the game's launch.
On Warzone? Or just COD in general?
Warzone.
Maybe for Warzone.
Because I mean, nothing changed for Warzone, and it's on the same map. It's just nothing changed at all. So I could actually see. I mean, this almost certainly will be more popular just with the Blackout mode and a new big map. This will be more popular. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. A lot of people will try Avalon. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jake will try it.
So yeah, we'll let you guys know how that goes. But I mean, this is the last year of Warzone, as I've said many times. But
Yeah.
I'm being so serious when I say that. So yeah, like, look, that's what killed COD for us. And then the question is, of course, can it be revived? Warzone is dead. No, it's irredeemable. I don't think Warzone's ever coming back. Yeah, I think it needs a new name. There could be another Call of Duty BR maybe, but it wouldn't be called Warzone. It would have to look very dissimilar to what we have now. Because I think we're getting DMZ2 or something akin to that next year. I don't think we're getting another Warzone integration. Can Call of Duty in general be revived? It's not dead yet, but it's not looking good, bruv. But if you want to hear the whole scoop on that, we have theories. Patreon.com/thedropshot. We talked about it in our last episode.
Yeah.
TLDR being, I think arcade shooters are dying, and I don't think even COD can save it, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway. I think that's about it, Chief.
I think so.
All right.
That's all she wrote down.
All right, that's it, boys and girls. Thank you. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Best way to support the show. If you became a new patron, I will thank you next week. Sorry, we may or may not have an episode on Saturday. Goodbye.
This week, there's absolutely not an episode on Saturday. I'll be in the middle of the desert, so yeah, there won't be.
Okay.